Hey, how are you? So good to see you. I'm doing good. How about you? Can you hear me okay? Awesome, awesome, awesome. I got a whole, well, not like a whole new setup, but I wanted to use two cameras, which I've never done before. Oh, thanks. It's the Boss Lady by the Lip Bar. Yeah, Boss Lady. You can get it on Amazon. That's where I got it. But yeah, I have a new mount for my camera, which doesn't extend as far as my other one. So I'm had to shift more to the right side of my desk for filming. So that's an adjustment. And then right now, because I needed two cameras, I tried using my phone for one of the cameras, and that wasn't going well. So I'm using this old, very old webcam that we had around here. So yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh, that's exciting. That's exciting. Are you still in education right now? Excuse me, I have a nasal drip, so I might sound a little stuffy. I might need to blow my nose. Why, thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Thank you. Do you plan to stick around and journal, brother? Might do you some good. Yeah, I'm still in education too. I'm an academic coach again. This is my second year at the district that I'm at. It's a real small district out in the country, so it's not like a big district or anything like that. But it's better than where I've been, but it's still education, and there's always some challenges there. That's just a given. That is just a given. I'm gonna message Angie and let her know that I'm on because I know I was testing it out earlier and I accidentally went live publicly. I thought it was private, and she got on. Well, I was like, oh no, I wasn't really trying to be on right now. Let's see. Yeah, it's better. I am. Y'all know I've told y'all some of my stories, and some of them are absolutely crazy. um, but at least it's better. At least it's better. For a while, I tried finding a job that was not in education, but I guess God had other plans and He wanted me to stay in education. I do want to do the Tuesday talks again. It's just when I come home, I'm so exhausted sometimes, but I do want to do them again because I miss doing them. So hopefully for the new year, we can get back into that. I know when I was doing them before, it was like every other week, which was working. That was nice. It wasn't, but you know what also interfered with that? My godson was in a youth group at church, and then all of a sudden, they started having the parent meetings the same day and time that I would go live. And I for some reason, I felt that was kind of intentional, that wasn't a coincidence, but I don't know. And so that was another reason that I kind of stopped doing them. That interference, and then just being exhausted when I came home because I work 30 minutes away in another, like I said, little small town. But depending on what time I get out of there and what the traffic's like, by the time I get home, I'm just like, so I do want to start it back up and maybe like for the first quarter, try doing every other week and maybe pick it back up in the second quarter of next year. I definitely want to do that. Definitely want to do that. But I had a goal for this year to try and get myself monetized. That has not happened yet, but that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna keep trying. But I wanted to do a journaling series, and y'all know I'm not one to really journal. I don't really journal, but I have found so much inspiration from the latest Mariah Carey album. Y'all know I'm a fan, and so I wanted to share that series that will last for this month. And so for the first episode here, we're going to be, let's see, we're going to be talking about let me pull it up. Yeah, the Here for It All album. So this is her latest album that came out September the 26th. Um, I truly believe that she wrote this album just for her fans. I don't think she cares about anything else happening with this album except it being for her fans. And I think it was something that she needed to release for herself personally as well. So I am going to have the webcam here show what I'm doing as I'm journaling. So let's go ahead and talk about this first episode. So the theme this time is self love and acceptance. Okay. So the song that I'm referencing from the album is the first track on the album, which is called Me as in Mimi, because that's her nickname. So what she's doing in this song is basically celebrating herself, and she is celebrating herself unapologetically. Okay, um, and I love that about her, and I love that it's the first track as well. So let's go back and let's talk about the lyrics. I'm not going to be playing any of the music because I don't want to get dinged for anything, Um, don't want that to happen. But we can talk about the lyrics. So the song opens up with her chorus, okay? And she goes, I don't care about much if it ain't about me. Let the money talk first. Conversations ain't free. I'm the DIVA, that's MC. I'm the hot toddy hottie body, yeah, that's T. So she is really celebrating herself in this song. And I wanted to have us celebrate ourselves as well. So I pulled out this Live Love Posh Party book, sticker book, because I'm like, this is the perfect book for us to celebrate. um, so let's go ahead and go to this slide. Hold on, y'all. Trying to get it where I can get both of these on at the same time. Okay, so the first prompt here is, what does it look like when I center myself and my needs without guilt? So that's the first prompt. So I'm going to go ahead. This is a brand new journal from Archer and Olive. And these are the two little awkward pages at the beginning. So I'm just going to put some tape down to tape these two awkward pages together. Okay. And then Now, I was shocked because this is a blank journal. I'm used to a dot grid journal, and I had no clue that this one was going to be blank. But it is. It's a blank journal. Pretty cool, huh? All right, so again, let's look at the first prompt. Let me pull it back up. What does it look like when I center myself and my needs without guilt? So, sometimes you have to put yourself first, right? And I think, especially as women, a lot of times we don't do that well. We're usually concerned about others and their needs and things of that nature. Um, but what does it look like when I center myself and my needs without guilt? That means I am actually putting myself first. That's what that means to me. So I'm going to pull this. Hopefully you can see. I know it's going to be a little. Let's go ahead and push that over. Okay. But yeah, it for me that means putting myself first and not compromising my values and my morals, my time and my energy for someone else. Let me get my pen. All my pens are all over the place because I was moving my stuff around. But I'm gonna, here it is. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna just journal here. I must put myself first, not compromising my values, morals, time, or energy. Because sometimes we do that and then it's not appreciated. And then we're left drained, upset, hurt, disappointed. And I've had to learn too that when it comes to my time, I'm always making time for everybody else. And that's not necessarily always reciprocated. So that's a big one for me. I can't keep compromising my time for everybody else. I can't do that. So, excuse me, guys, because I'm gonna also pull some balloons just because this is celebration mode, right? It's a celebration mode here, and we're not necessarily celebrating a birthday, like I said, but we're celebrating ourselves, and that is important. Um, let me know in the chat. Okay, I'm going to go back to that question. Let me know in the chat. What does it look like when you center yourself and your needs without guilt? So again, it's like I can't keep putting everybody else's needs before myself, you know? So let me write that too. I can't put everyone's needs before my own. Because here's the thing, if you don't put into yourself, right, then you don't have anything to help with anyone else anyways. You have nothing to give to anybody else because you've exhausted yourself like completely. I'm also going to putting you first is very funny. Yes, 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 yes. I absolutely agree. I'm going to take some balloon stickers here. And I'm going to put the number 16 because this is Mariah's Sweet 16th album. I thought that was so fitting as well that this was her 16th, Sweet 16 album. Like I said, I'm pretty sure she did this specifically for the fans, which tells me everything I need to know about her as an artist, because she had people that told her she shouldn't come out with another album. She should just not do it, but she did it anyway. So, and I'm grateful that she said that she did. Now, let me explain something to you about when I first listened to the album. Right when the first night I listened to it, I didn't want to listen to it again, and I thought that was interesting because I'm one of those people. I'm a big fan of hers, and I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna listen over and over and over. But that first listen, there's so much emotion in this album. There's a little bit of sadness, but then again, this song is like hype and celebration. But there's some songs that are just so emotional and so sad that was why I couldn't go listen to it right over again. It was, I can't even explain it. Like when you take that first listen, it is just very, very emotional. Matter of fact, let me give you guys the link to the lyric video. That way, like I said, I'm not going to be playing it on here because I don't want to get dinged, but I will give you the link so you can go and listen to it yourself. So there's the link to the lyric video. But yeah, so again, I must put myself first, not compromising my values, morals, time, or energy, and I can't put everyone's needs before my own. Okay, so let's look at the next question that I want to go over here. Oh, back to this one. This was referring to the lyrics, I don't care about much if it ain't about me, and I do whatever I please. So that's where that question comes from, those lyrics. All right. Oop. This is supposed to read what makes me. So, what makes me the main character in my own life, and what qualities make me unforgettable? So, for me, what makes me the main character is that I am responsible for me. Okay. So, I am the main character because I am responsible for me. I'm an adult. I'm not a child. Nobody else is going to take care of me, attend to my needs, and I can't sit back and expect other people to do so. So I that's why I am the main character in my life. And the qualities that make me unforgettable is that, one, I try to live with high values and high morals. Okay, though that's important to me. So high values and high morals. I'm a person that is considerate. I am kind. Um, I am understanding. And I want the best for people. Now, I can't sit here and lie and say that I am patient because I'm not. I would not dare begin to write that lie on these pages because that is not me. That is something that I am constantly working on. I know that every test I get from God has to do with that. Like, I absolutely know that every test that I get from God has to do with my patience. And I have conversations with the Lord and I tell him, like, I don't know if any of these tests are helping. I think they're making it worse. But yeah, but I am these other things. I am considerate, kind, and understanding, and I do want the best for others. I'm not a person that seeks demise of other people. I know folks like that, that they just want to see other people fail. They only want to hear about the bad things that have happened to someone. Those are the only things that they are even caring about. You know what I mean? And that's not me. That's not who I am. Some other lyrics that I wanted to talk about. She says, "Don't get it confused, 'cause it ain't about you. I'm the movie and the muse, and you couldn't walk a mile in my shoes." So she is definitely celebrating being the main character of her life. And I don't know that she's always been able to do that. And I'm glad that she's in a place in her life right now where she can. And I've always said one of the reasons that I am such a fan is because I've always felt like she writes music just for me. Like I feel that way. Like I feel like she reads my inner thoughts and my inner emotions, and she just writes these lyrics that I can so relate to all the time. And yeah, I love those lyrics. Don't get it confused, 'cause it ain't about you. I'm the movie and the muse, and you couldn't walk a mile in my shoes. Because we've all had different experiences, and none of us have experiences that are exactly the same. Some experiences may come close, but there's always going to be something different, right? Yeah, she was talking her. Yes, and I love when she does that. I love when she does that. It's hilarious. There's even a lyric in here. She goes, "I stay on your mind in your head rent free. I don't check the price. Can't nobody check me." Yes, Mariah. Yes, 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 yes. She's hilarious. She's hilarious. Some people think she's like this super stuck up, yucky diva, but she's really funny if you really take the time to pay attention. All right. So that is my answer to the second prompt. So let's go ahead and look at the third question. So, where in my life do I need to stop seeking validation and start trusting my own worth? So, again, that goes back to those lyrics I just read. I don't check the price, can't nobody check me. Okay. So, for me, I think I stopped seeking validation a long time ago. And I don't know if that, I can't say that I ever did. Maybe in my teen years a little bit. But as I became an adult, like I really just don't care how someone feels about me, especially because I know I treat people the way I want to be treated. So if you have a problem with me, then you just have a problem. It ain't a me problem, it's a you problem. So I stopped a long time ago worrying about validation and knowing my own worth. There's been a few times where I've kind of questioned my worth, like when I've been really hurt by somebody that I really cared about, but then I had to put my big girl panties on and be like, "Psh, I don't check the price. Can't nobody check me." You know what I mean? I had to tell myself, wait a minute, girl. You know who you are and whose you are. I am a child of the Most High God. So to heck with anybody thinking that I am not worthy of anything. Okay? So I kind of, as I said, as an adult, got into that space in my life. When I turned 40 is when I really stopped caring about other people. Yeah. Because people will bring you down. Like they will bring you down. So, um, as an adult, I have learned, like I said, to not care what other people think. I am fine with what you feel, what you think, as long as you're not trying to defame my character, and then that's when we'll have a problem. But otherwise, I couldn't care less. I've learned not to care what other people think. I know who I am and whose I am. So therefore, I know my worth. Yeah. I am a child of the one true God. Yes. And I can just stand on that hill for the rest of my life. I thought about moving on to the next page, but then I'd have to sum it all up and put a whole bunch of deck over there. I don't know that I really want to do that. I do miss not having bullet points in this journal, but I guess the blank space can be handy as well. So let's just give you an idea of what this is looking like right now. All right. So let me know, those of you that are joining us, let me know in the comments below, okay, the answer to the question. Where in your life did you stop seeking validation and start trusting your own worth? I know several people who unfortunately need validation from others. And it saddens me to see people like that because you don't put all your everything into man. Man is going to disappoint you. You have to put all of that into the Lord. Okay? Yes. Not into man. So I try my best not to even be worried about what people say, not to be worried about what they do. Like I said, as long as they're not defaming my character, because that, my friends, is when we're going to have a problem. That's when we're going to have a problem. All right. Let's go into our last question here. If I fully embraced my inner diva, what could change about how I walk, talk, create, or show up? I really want people to think about this one because I think the word diva has such a negative connotation to it when it's basically just owning who you are, being happy with who you are, owning who you are, and not letting anything take from that, anything or anybody. So, fully embracing that, how would that change the way we walk, talk, create, or show up? And for me, I think it goes back to the last question. If I have fully embraced my inner diva, I am no longer seeking validation from anyone. I am no longer questioning my worth. Okay? So those things are in the past. And moving forward, I don't care about much if it ain't about me. Okay? As she says in the song. Okay? Yeah. So she says, let the money talk first because conversations ain't free. I'm the DIVA, that's MC. Okay? So I think fully embracing the diva removes the need for validation and removes the questioning of one's worth. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and jot that down. Fully embracing My inner diva. Karma removes the need for validation and the questioning of my worth. I love that. It's not about make if it's not about making money, then what are we talking about? Exactly. So I I think that this new age of social media really has affected people seeking validation. But this is what's so crazy. This is what just came to my head. It's almost like this contradictive quest, right? This contradictive quest to be looked at as an inner diva, right? But at the same time, you're seeking all this validation through likes and views. Oh my God, that just came to me. That's what social media has done to us, to some of us. Let me put it that way because it hasn't done it to me. But that's what it has done to some of us. Um, we get on here and we project like we have embraced our inner diva. It's a front, right? We have this front. We've embraced it all, but at the same time, we're seeking validation through likes and views. That is really sad. That is really sad. And it makes me think about all these so called social media stars that are losing their lives at such early ages. I don't know what in the world is going on with that, but it's almost like it's a epidemic, pandemic, whatever you want to call it. It's really crazy. It's really crazy because, and then on the flip side of that, those of us that are giving all this praise and adoration and worship in a sense to these people on social media, we're seeking our own validation, trying to live vicariously through these individuals who are seeking their own validation. Wow, how crazy is that? Wow. Yes, we do. We have to tune out the outside noise. That's something I've never understood about how people can get wrapped up and consumed with being harassed and bullied online. Because for me, it's as simple as I'm not I'm not arguing with anybody on the internet. What do I look like arguing with somebody over a computer? I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I remember one time commenting on a post about a music artist, and because people didn't agree with me, they were coming for me like crazy. Okay. I just laughed because I thought it was funny. Like, you really want to come at me over somebody that neither one of us know personally? Are you that ridiculous and that shallow and that pathetic? You know? And for me, online, it's just too easy to block somebody. It's different if it's somebody that you got to see every day, if it's a family member, if it's a coworker that you got to see all the time. That's a little harder to deal with. But if that person is behind a screen, just like you're behind a screen, block, report, it's simple. It's real simple. I have such a love hate relationship with social media for that reason. Yes, exactly. And it baffles me sometimes how people can get so caught up. And I don't know, it's sad, but we have to understand too that this generation was raised different than we were. We weren't raised with these cameras in our faces. We were raised not by electronics. We were outside playing till the street light came on at night. You know, that's what we were doing. But even still, I think about some content creators. There's one that I follow on Instagram, and the content creator has a young child. I think the child is maybe 2 years old. But ever since this child has come into the world, there's been a camera in this child's face. And I remember watching one of their videos on Instagram, and I started thinking, this poor child is going to think that there should always be a camera in their face because that's all that she knows. And you can tell that she's accustomed to it because at 2 years old, the child is focused on the camera. That says a lot. And I just pray that that's not all that this child thinks life is. And it's a lot of people right now just exploiting their children for likes and views and monetization. And there's another little girl that she does dancing, and she does the same dance every time. And there's been videos where she's crying, or you could tell she'd just been crying, and you know she's not wanting to do it. But parents want to go viral, and they want that viral moment, and they want that money. And so they're forcing these kids to do these things. And my thing is, does your child know their ABCs? Does your child know how to count to 10? Does your child know how to write their name while you're pushing them to do all this? So these children, unfortunately, will be the type of children that will grow up seeking validation from people online because that is what they have been accustomed to. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I don't know if they could be considered like child labor or what, but it's kind of gotten out of control over the years, and it's really sad. I'm gonna see if I can. I'm trying to move this camera over. Okay, just so I can get more of this in frame. Whoops. Ah, okay, I shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have moved it. All right. I'm gonna try and add some more stickers here. It's not like I got a whole bunch of room on this one page, but I'm gonna try to add some here. So I don't want any presents because it's really not a party like that. Let's see if there's some more of these florals I can add in. Yeah. So, as I stated, this is going to be a 4-part series. So, next week we will have, and it'll be the same time next Sunday, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. And the next episode is going to be a deep one. Okay. So, we'll even do a little exercise, a journaling exercise for this one. But the song that we're going to reference next week is when I talked about those songs that just really were emotional on that album. That's one of them. It's like it's hard to listen to that song without crying. Like it really is. It's a very emotional number. Um, but I feel like everybody can pull something from that song. So I'm definitely wanting to go over that one next week. And I hope it blesses y'all the way that it has blessed me. Let me tell you, whoo, my goodness, it's a beautiful song. It really is. I'm gonna put this here right on the edge. Okay. So here's what my sheet is looking like here. So please let me know in the comments what you think about this series thus far. If you would like me to do another series like this, maybe with a different artist or a different topic, and it could just be a different theme every month. But we're going to talk, like I said, about her latest album, Here for It All, which the song we talked about today came from that album. And then we will discuss some songs from her iconic Christmas album as well. I'm going to use my brush pen and write the title of the song here. Okay. And so we know that's the song that we referenced this time around. Again, I'm going to put the link in here again. So definitely make sure you go and click on the link and watch the video. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Awesome. Great, great, great. Yes. I thought this would be a really good idea for us to, because like I said, I'm not big on journaling. And even though I came up, with the questions, I did not sit and think about the questions. So my answers have been very off the top of my head tonight because I refused to let myself really think about how I would answer them. I wanted it to be real and authentic and answer them while I was here with you guys. So maybe this will get me into journaling, considering I got a bunch of freaking bullet journals around here, and I could possibly go ahead and put those to use. So yeah. I remember when you started your journal. Yes. So this is a new one I bought. How did I get this one? I bought a mystery box, I think it was from Archer and Olive, and this what was in there. So I haven't picked out a planner for next year, and I have a very similar one to this one, but that one is dot grid. This is a square 8x8 one. So if I don't find a planner that I like soon, then that 8x8 bullet journal is probably going to end up being my journal for next year. But yeah, I've never really been big on journaling. I could not keep a diary when I was younger. I tried it and I couldn't keep up with it. Um, maybe it was just too much for me to put my thoughts on paper, or maybe because Mariah always wrote music that was just for me. Maybe that's what it is. Oh goodness, I don't know. There's such teacher questions that get us thinking, and I'm like, music. Yes, yes, I like that. Thank you. But I'm gonna add the questions up here again, just in case anyone's just coming in. And then, of course, you'll be able to watch this on the replay. So definitely come back, do the replay, and sit down with your journal and journal your answers. And I'd love to know if you would like to share your answers, that would be great. Share them in the comments, or I just hope you really get something out of the questions and it really has you really thinking and doing some self-evaluation and some self-analyzation of your analyzing rather of your life. So I'm going to take my face down for a minute and show you those questions again. So let's go back. So again, the song that we referenced was Me, as in her nickname Mimi. And that's the first track off of the Here for It All album, celebrating herself unapologetically. Here was prompt number one, based on the lyrics, I don't care about much if it ain't about me. So what does it look like when I center myself and my needs without guilt? And then the next question should read, what makes me the main character in my own life? What qualities make me unforgettable? The third prompt was, where in my life do I need to stop seeking validation and start trusting my own worth? And that was based on the lyrics, I don't check the price, can't nobody check me. And then prompt 4, if I fully embrace my inner diva, what could change about how I walk, talk, create, or show up? And that's based on the lyrics, I'm the diva, that's MC. Y'all gotta hear a song because she's funny too. Like Raz was saying earlier, she talking her trash on the cool, and it's hilarious. But I'm glad that she's at a point in her life where she can embrace herself and she's not worried about other people, because she had a lot of people controlling her life some years back. And, having lost her mom and her sister, I think this album was just something that she needed to put out there. It was something that she needed to do for herself and for her fans, for healing. Sure. Please come back and join me again next week. I will be back, I said, at the same time next week, 7 p.m. Central Time. Make sure that you possibly have some tissue available next week, because this is what I want you to do while you're journaling with me next week. I will give you the link to that song for next week as well. And I really want you to listen to it while we're journaling together, because it's very deep. I'm just getting emotional just talking about it. But I really, really love that song. And I think that song is one of the reasons why I couldn't listen to the album raw right over again when I first heard it. It was very deep. And people that were getting online and giving their reviews were saying the same thing. Like it was a lot. It was a lot emotionally. So yeah. Yep. So here is what I have for my journaling for today. And again, I thank you guys for joining me. Make sure you go into the comments and let me know what you think. Go back to the replay if you really want to go and do your own journaling. Everything will be up there for you to use. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. Oh, I didn't show y'all the snack of the week. Y'all know I used to do the snack of the week, right? So, snack of the week this week is the iconic Little Debbie Christmas tree cake. I'm mad that this thing has gotten super small, like it's been on some GLP-1 shots or something. This cake used to be much thicker than this. But this is our snack of the week. And I will see you guys next week. Don't forget to slay, subscribe, like, and accept the alerts so you'll miss any videos. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.